In summation, please help us all out and call your town mayor and urge them to unite as a community and give as much aid to our district as possible. Thank you.
Gloria Close.
First of all, I'd like to commend these students who came forward to speak. I'm so proud of them. It looks like they're going to be the future leaders of this country. I'm really proud of them. At the conclusion of April 26th meeting, as I was heading out of this room, I heard a voice screaming and saying, "If you have a problem with me, why don't you talk to me?" When the individual repeated her tone of voice and said, "Gloria Close, if you have a problem with me, why don't you speak? Why don't you talk to me?" Hearing my name, I turned my back and asked her who she was repeatedly. If she wanted me to speak to her, I needed her to identify herself who she was. She kept on saying things, and I repeatedly asked her to identify herself. She continued to refuse, though she wanted me to speak to her screaming voice back. I asked the people who surrounded her if they know the lady. Nobody responded. I asked several people, including Charlie, the security guard, Mr. Wasser, if they knew the woman. They all said no. Since she was unprofessional enough to confront me that way and refused to identify herself, I told her if and when she can identify herself, only then she can question me. After I left the meeting, I learned the identity of that woman. She is Jeanette Bruno, a supervisor for extracurricular activities and the wife of a city board member, Mr. Bruno. It was a disgrace how I was confronted by Jeanette Bruno. Jeanette Bruno did not even have the consideration to reveal her identity when she confronted me. Is this the right attitude we show our students? Now we all know a little more about Jeanette Bruno. Yes, on April 26th meeting, I did bring up the supervisor of extracurricular activities and questioned Mr. Boyce again about the cost of the entire sports activities at the Freehold Regional High School. The people have spoken and voted out the budget. I was suggesting recommendations where the cut should be made first, instead of letting go excellent teachers and sacrificing curriculums. Academics should come before sports. I feel the cuts should start from the top and not from the bottom. I spoke during public participation. If Jeanette Bruno did not like what my recommendations were, she had a chance to sign in and speak up during public participation. Her method of confronting me with her wild outbursts was totally inappropriate. And also for Mr. Wasser to deny who she was is inexcusable. The 6 extracurricular supervisors are getting paid salaries of $101,000 to $122,000 for a total of $743. You just mentioned something with the 2.5. Right there, you're close to $1 million to save some of these kids, curriculum or academic or sports, whatever. In many districts, this position does not even exist. The functions are absorbed by the assistant principals. I have a big problem, especially when good teachers are being let go and some good academic courses are being cut while we still continue to fund unnecessary positions. Mr. Heshin, respond to your answer regarding pay-to-play.
Moses.
Your concern at the last meeting, remember?
No, my last name is Moses.
Oh, I'm sorry.
It's okay.
Mr. Heshin?
You call me Mr. Heshin.
Oh, Heshin.
If we're down south, you call
I'm
me
sorry.
Mr.
In response to your answer regarding pay-to-play, your concern with the children who could not afford to pay to play, we can exempt and identify the students by looking at those who qualify for 3 months. Most of the students in these towns can afford to pay dues in order to play.
Mrs. Close, 30 seconds.
Thank you. One quick question, Board President. You said that there were already cuts on the upper administration, but positions were not identified. The 2.5 can easily be found if you disclose who are those positions that are being cut. Like I said, $740 is a lot of money to save some of the children's needs.
Thank you, Mrs. Close. Leon Saronic.
Cerulnik and Allen. I'd like to agree with, first off with Heshe. Shame on the special interests of the leadership of the teachers union who are putting their own agenda first instead of saving the jobs of hundreds of their own teachers. Now, as much as everyone would like us to stop bringing up the Briar State issue again, to use an expression I learned after years of watching Law and Order, your own witness opened the door. Mr. Watson, at the last meeting, you dramatically held up a piece of paper alleging you didn't do anything wrong in obtaining the bogus Briar State degree, and that you voluntarily stopped using the doctorate title and gave up the financial benefits that went along with it. Well, Governor Christie and both houses of the state legislature say differently. I have here the article that was in the May 8th issue of the Asbury Park Press with the headline, Governor Signs Diploma Mill Law. I will briefly read two paragraphs from the article which are most pertinent to the situation. The legislation known as the Diploma Mill Law was inspired by the 2008 discovery that the Freehold Regional High School District Superintendent, H. James Wasser, and several current and former staff members received doctoral degrees from the online, unaccredited Briar State University. The state concluded in early September 2008 that Wasser, Assistant Superintendent Donna Evangelista, and former Assistant Superintendent and a former Assistant Superintendent must stop using the doctoral titles or face fines, which they complied with. Wasser relinquished his stipend and later apologized to the district. I guess I would voluntarily comply also if I was faced with up to fines of up to $1,000. By the way, how in good faith can you ask other people to step up and make financial sacrifices when you continue to arrogantly hide behind the lawyer's advice and stubbornly refuse to return the money you received for the 2 years until the state stepped in and ruled against you? Most people would be proud of retiring from your position with a school building or a scholarship named after them. I don't know of any superintendent who will have the distinction of a state law prohibiting anyone else from doing what you did. Regardless of how you want to spin it, Mr. Wasser, your legacy is now state law, and you can't blame us for that.
Excuse me. Mr. Cerulnik, I'd just like to say something. What you said before is one of the reasons I don't talk to the press. I hate when people take what I say out of context. That was only, I said a few people in the teachers union. But you didn't mention the other people that I said who have their self-interests, like certain mayors and certain governors and certain other people. So if you want to pick on the teachers, just the teachers, then you're going to have a problem with me. You are.
I said the...
All right, that's enough.
He addressed
That's enough. I should have stopped him. Excuse me. I apologize.